Let's talk about that, because you had that three-year break where you were working for the company, and that was after you'd been running the firm and you didn't have any employees. So it seems like you've had quite a bit of growth when it comes to at least staff.
Yes.
So how have you been able to hire good people so quickly? It's not an easy task to do.
No, it's not easy, and it's not easy. We have looked for people. I would say one of our strengths is trying to draw on people that have experience in the field, but maybe have been on the other side of the table, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. One of our attorneys used to be the attorney for some of the regulatory boards here in Arizona. So he would prosecute cases for the nursing board or for the pharmacy board. And he was one of our first attorney hires. And so that was a pretty natural move for him, was to come to the private sector. And now he defends healthcare providers when they have complaints in front of their regulatory boards. But that's been a blessing because he knows the administrative law so well. He knows those boards so well. Another hire we were able to make was actually not an attorney. We have a pharmacist who used to be the national lead auditor for CVS Caremark, one of the major PBMs. And we were able to bring him on, and he helps our clients with their audits, which can be devastating to their business financially. And they can lose their network status. And we were able to hire a pharmacist attorney who had been an inspector, a compliance inspector with the Arizona Board of Pharmacy. And when she retired from that position, she came to our firm. So we've tried to find and target people that have this sort of real life experience in the field. And then that translates well to our firm and to supporting our clients.
I think it's really smart. That's really kind of interesting. Now, the pharmacist attorney you said, is it an attorney that represents pharmacists, or another pharmacist that became an attorney? Another
pharmacist that became an attorney.
Is there some stockpile of pharmacists that are wanting to become attorneys? What's going on with that?
So it's interesting. There's obviously very niche.
Very, yeah.
There's probably several hundred pharmacist attorneys in the nation. I don't know. Maybe if I had to guess, I'd say maybe 500 to 1,000.
What?
I don't know. Maybe a couple thousand. But the difference is a lot of times there are people that they just go from pharmacy school to law school and they never actually practice.
Really?
And so they have an education that's valuable.
Yeah.
But that was one of the things about my partner, Mark, is that he actually practiced for 15 years before he went to law school. And so that is, really where we can say, and we've run healthcare operations. I think that's what's really valuable to the clients. And so, the education piece is certainly important, but someone that's actually worked in a healthcare operation is even more valuable.
I'm curious about Mark. Did he work for one of the smaller pharmacies that was then acquired by one of the bigger ones, or did he work for one of the bigger ones? Because it's hard to operate a smaller one in this.
So he's done it all. I mean, he's done retail. He worked for a compounding pharmacy here that later became very large, national compounding pharmacy, a network of pharmacies, and then was later bought by one of the healthcare insurance companies, and they're all vertically integrated now.
Sure.
So you have health insurance companies that own pharmacy benefit managers that own their own pharmacies, and that's part of what we fight against, is those big conglomerates that are competing against our clients.